I think I found the best small forward build in NBA 2K22 Next Gen. I've seen a lot of YouTubers come close with very good builds, but I think this build is probably the most well-rounded and fun build to play on. But today, I'll show you how to make the build, some badges that you can put on it, and if you consider this video helpful at all, then consider liking the video and subscribing. But let's get into it. Going down to the position, go small forward, as you could probably tell by the title and the thumbnail. Handedness and jersey number also do not matter, those are both personal preference. For the height, we are going to go 6'6", and you're probably wondering why not 6'7" and up. Well, if your player is 6'7" and taller, you will not get access to the chef shooting badge, and that badge is one of the best badges in the game, so we definitely want to have that badge unlocked, or at least have the capability of having that badge on. For the weight, I like my players to have a lot of strength, and this year's strength is very important. It helps with defense, it helps with bump animations, and it just helps in general. So I would make my player max weight at 250 pounds, and our speed doesn't even go down that much, and the strength goes up astronomically. So I would go with max weight, and the wingspan is going to stay at 6'11". For the body shape, since my player is so big and buff, I'd probably go with built or burly, but again, body shape does not matter in terms of attributes, it's just personal preference. For the attributes, we are going to put the driving dunk at a 92, and you're probably wondering why not max it out at a 97. Well, at 92, you get access to every single dunk package except for the big man contact dunk packages. If you have a 92 rating with an 80 plus vertical, you get access to every other package in the game. So if you go above 92, you don't really get anything out of it except for more badges. So 92 is a good sweet spot. Standing dunk, max that out. Post control, max it out. Every single year, I like to have a build that can at least work well in the post, and this year, a lot of guards aren't upgrading interior defense or strength, and it's a similar case to last year in Next Gen, where strength wasn't really important. So this year, since your strength and your post control on this build is going to be really high, you are going to absolutely dominate anyone in a 1v1 situation in the post. And also, this build can dribble and shoot and finish very well, so this build is a matchup nightmare. So post control is going to be maxed out. The driving layup, put it up at an 82, and then for the close shot, go up to a 65 to get 27 potential badge points in that category. Going down to the shooting, max out the 3-point shot, and you're probably wondering, I mean, yeah, that's pretty normal on any single build, but what's different about this build? Well, if you go down to an 84, you don't get access to Chef on gold and Stop and Pop on gold. And in current gen, those badges are some of the most important badges, and it's the same case in next gen. You want to have those badges on gold at least. So go an 85 for the 3-point shot. For the mid-range shot, go to an 81. You get 26 shooting badge upgrades, which is more than enough to shoot. This year, you could shoot very well on a low 3-point build with a couple of badges. So imagine if you have an 85-3 with 26 badge points. Free throw, I like my builds having a lot of free throw because I play a lot of rec and 5v5 pro-am, but I'm going to come back to this. For the playmaking, put the ball handle at an 85. You don't need to go up to an 86. You unlock every single package at an 85 ball handle, so that's why it's there. And for the speed with ball, I'm going to go with a 73 to get 16 potential badge points. You don't need to go any higher because you don't get any more badges. This build can score in many ways, so you don't need to beat your defender off the dribble. Speed with ball isn't really that important for this build specifically. The defense and rebounding, go with an 86 on your perimeter defense, and you get menace on gold at this rating, which is a pretty good badge. For the steal, put the steal at a 90, and you get access to Hall of Fame interceptor. This build, you probably think since it's such an offensive cannon, you get no defense. That is not true at all. With the offensive rebound, put that at an 86, and for the defensive rebound, go at an 82, and you get 25 potential badge points in that category, which is ridiculous. So the badge spread is 27, 26, 16, and 25. That gets you 91 badges. Not as much as a lot of other builds out there, but your attributes are so good, so well-rounded that it really doesn't matter. For the physicals, max out the speed, max out the acceleration, max out the strength, put the vertical at an 85. Like I said before, you only need an 80 to get those contact dunk animations, so you can go down to an 80 if you want, but I'm going to go with an 85 just because there's nowhere else to put those attributes. For the stamina, put this at a 94, and we're at a 98 overall, so you're probably wondering Where are we going to put these last points? Going back to the free throw, like I said, I like to have a good free throw on my player because I do like playing rec and pro-am. So I'm going to put the rest of our points on the free throw, and that gets us to a 90 free throw for 1 overall point. Free throw is so cheap this year, but if you're not going to play rec or pro-am, then I would consider just forgetting free throw entirely. So this is the final attribute spread, and for the takeover options, you get the choice of the sharp takeovers, the lock takeovers, the glass takeovers, and the post score takeovers. If you're not going to be a big post scorer on this build, then I would recommend going with one of the sharp takeovers as your primary, and then a lock takeover or a glass takeover as your secondary. But for me, I like to be a little different on a build like this, so I'd probably go advanced post moves as my primary. I'd probably just double down on the post takeover, to be honest, so I'm going to go with power backdowns as my secondary. Completing the build, we have built a two-way inside-out score, which is a pretty comp build name. I haven't seen this build name a lot in the park, but that's pretty much it for the video. On the screen, I'll show you the badges that I would personally run on this build, but they might not be the best for you, so just experiment and see what works best for you and your playstyle. But that's it for the video. If you find it helpful, consider liking and subscribing. From now on, I'll be focusing more on gameplays and all that kind of stuff, so you might as well subscribe now. But that's it for me. I will see you guys with my next video. Peace.